Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. This is Harriet Westmore with the More Self Discovery Podcast. This is the podcast where we go through our journeys and discover ourselves during our journey. I wanted to come on briefly to say Happy New Year. It's been a while since I've been on the More Self Discovery Podcast. There's just been so much that's been going on since the last time I've been on doing a podcast for the Morse Discovery, and I kind of wanted to touch bases because there's something that I really wanted to talk to everyone about and get everybody's feedback because I think this subject that I'm going to be talking about is very important to us, and we have to have a conversation about it and to discover ourselves throughout this the journey we call life. Recently, I shouldn't say recently. Within the last several months, there's been. Let me back us up. I am a fan of certain types of reality shows. Even if we all know that some of these reality shows can be over the top, some of it is, just for entertainment purposes only. And so, um, and I usually if I want to kind of wind down and just for entertaining purposes, I do. I'm guilty of watching some certain reality shows, but this particular reality show that I like, well, I used to like. It's not the script in and of itself. It's the behaviors that a lot of the characters on this particular show that really has me and a lot of people bothered. Um, it has been all over YouTube. So, I mean, there's plenty of bloggers out there on YouTube that are talking about um, this particular reality show. And I think, people may say, well, why are you so, into this reality show? It's just only acting. A lot of it's not acting. I think what it is that people are into it because of the behaviors that a lot of these cast members are acting, the way they're acting. And I think it's a trigger to a lot of people who watch the show. And it invokes serious conversations about certain behaviors. And the main behaviors that I wanted to discuss out of this reality show that I watch is the crab in the bucket mentality. If those of you who do not understand that term, crab in a bucket is if you know how crabs are when they are alive, when you put them in a bucket, you put a bunch of crabs in the bucket. You see one crab that tries to climb out of that bucket, but the other crabs that are in the bucket do their best to pull that crab back down where they are. You have several crabs that try to climb out of that bucket, but there are crabs that are seeing that person or seeing that crab, that one or two crabs that are trying to climb out of that bucket. They do their best to pull them back down. And I think that's the great analogy of how a lot of people act or treat a certain person or persons who decide to get out of that zone that they're in, get out of the space, the environment that they're in. They're trying to move forward. But you have people, and it's usually, not always outside persons. It could be your own family members. Could be your own family members or so-called friends that will do what they can to pull you back down and not allow you to move forward. And they will sabotage you in some kind of way. So because of the fact, and a lot of it is because of resentment or and jealousy. They are jealous of that one person or persons who decides to come out of that pit that they've been in for a while. They made a decision to move on to other things. They decided, that season of them being in that pit is now over. So they're ready to move on to another phase in their life. But you have these same people that you've been around that constantly keep you pulled down. Because truth be told, they are not wanting to move out of their own pit. So they were like, they'd rather have someone stay with in their realm of misery, so to speak, rather than to respect or see someone move forward. And then this particular show that I'm talking about, I mean, it really depicts that. And these castmate of the show, they were so-called friends, quote unquote, and I'm using air quotes, friends. And this, it really give you an eye opening of not everybody that you are hanging around with, not everybody who you think of as a friend, they're not your friends. They are resentful of you because you made a choice to do other things, and they feel that maybe you are leaving them behind. Or they feel that they can't and themselves can't do the things that you are doing. But see, what people don't realize, people who think like that, they don't want to put in the work of moving forward. They rather latch on to someone who are doing the work, who is doing the work, but they want to latch on to the name. They want to latch on to that person who they feel they can do something for them, but they don't want to put in the effort or the work to do for themselves. Hence the resentment and the jealousy and the backstabbing and bullying and everything. I challenge you. I challenge those who really want to move forward and to do things different that has, that's out of the norm, out of your comfort zone. I challenge those who are tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and want to do things different. I challenge you to move forward and not allow your family, your friends to keep you in a space where they are. If you have a supportive circle, and I mean a supportive circle that encourage you, that supports you, that uplift you, and respect you for the changes or the endeavors that you want to do in your life, then consider yourself blessed, because it is far and few between. I personally have been inspired to become an entrepreneur. I've always had that desire, ever since I can remember. I think it's in me. Genetically, I have family members who were business owners. I just think it's something that's been in me, but I've never had and I've tried, not to say I haven't tried. I just tried, and I put it a fit. It failed, the businesses that I've tried, but the desire has never, went away. And so I decided, a few years ago, a couple of years ago, to just go ahead and just do it. I still work full time. I'm not, going to disband my, main income until I can get to a point to where I can honestly say I can do this full time. But in the process, you may have family members that question you. Well, why are you doing this? You are, you may be making a big mistake. Why would you want to, you know, do what you want to do? You should just, keep your full-time job, and that's a paycheck that you can depend on. But that's the point. I don't want to have to depend on someone else to, you know, uh, to financially dictate my livelihood, so to speak, right? I rather have control over my finances. I have talents and I have skills that I feel that I can present and offer to other people to help other people in my own way. And I don't have to clock in or rely on someone else to do that. I rather create a legacy. Want to create my own paycheck instead of depending on a company that, in the grand scheme of things, they don't care about. There's no loyalty as far as companies concerned. And let's just be honest. I'm just being raw and open here. You are dispensable. You're dispensable. There's very rare of our companies that are very who cares about their employees and their staff. If you say that you quit, you know, okay, you're going to be replaced tomorrow. You put all that time and effort in to make someone else, a corporation or a company that's rich or whatever, and what do you get in return? Maybe a bonus, maybe a pat on the back, you know, but nothing that you feel really appreciated. You're never going to be paid what you're worth by someone else. Maybe, I mean, maybe you are. And if you are, then that's great. But the way, things are now, everything is so dispensable. And, you're working for a company, even people who have worked for a particular company for years and years can suddenly be given the pink slip. So, with that being said, if you want to move forward within yourself, if you believe in yourself and you have a skill and talent that you feel that you can be of benefit for someone or give a service to someone that could really use your expertise, then I say go for it. The only mistake that you will make is the mistake that you never tried. And also, once you start making that decision to move forward, don't feel like don't feel guilty because you decide to come out of that bucket like the crab. You're the one crab that want to come out of that bucket full of crabs that are trying to pull you down. And going back to reality show, there's Bullying is not just only for kids, there are adult bullies as well. And it's just mind boggling that some people really are really, just hell bent on just destroying your psyche because you decide that you wanted to move forward. Some people feel like you are obligated to look after them. They really have that in their mind to feel like, okay, we were friends, we're friends or whatever. You have to, I mean, you feel like you're obligated. They feel like you are obligated to them. It may have started off like you're trying to throw out a bone to them, and what they do with that bone, that's up to them. But when you feel like you're being used and taken advantage of, and you come to that realization, look, I'm not your saving grace all the time. At some point, you're gonna have to stand on your own. And when you come to that realization, those people will turn on you because they feel like you owe them something. And you don't owe anybody nothing. Let me say that again. You do not owe another adult, anything. Especially when try to, help. You can't be an enabler to an adult, another adult. You just can't. And they're also part of the crab in a bucket mentality is when you do move forward and become successful in your own right. Now you're considered bougie, or you're just considered that you're too good for those that are still inside that bucket. And that's not, always the case. The only difference between you and them is a choice. They choose to go to the left, you chose to go to the right. That's it. They could have the same opportunities as you do, but they chose to stay stuck in that bucket while you chose to climb yourself out of that bucket and to move forward. That's not your problem how they feel. If anything, you now know what that relationship between you and them were actually about. It wasn't a genuine relationship in the first place, because if they were genuine and really cared about you, they wouldn't have the attitude that they are having. They would respect you and wish you well, and use your success as a inspiration for them. See, it's real easy for people to sit back and say, uh, well, why does she, have this? Or why does he have that? How come I can't do it? Probably because you don't want to put in the effort in the work. There's nothing easy about achieving success. Nothing, most of us don't have that silver spoon in our mouths to where, things are handed to us. We have to be on our grind and actually work for it. And a lot of the ones that are talking and running their mouth and just talking behind your back and just bullying you are 9 times out of 10 are the ones who wouldn't put in the work anyway, put in the effort. Because if they did, they will understand the assignment. They will understand the hard work that it takes to be successful in whatever you want to do in your life. So don't even waste your time on people like that. I think 2023, this is a year to start pulling out the weeds And weeds, when I'm saying pulling out the weeds, get rid of all the bad weeds who have been around you. You've got to kind of come to a realization that your circle, your inner circle, will probably be very, very small after you start thinking about and start weeding out all the bad uh, seeds that have been in your circle forever, and let go of the leeches that have been trying to latch onto you for years, and you've been feeling guilty because you're guilty of what that you're trying to move forward, and they're still stuck in the same place. That's not your problem. That's not your responsibility. Let it go and move forward. And whatever they say, oh well, it is what it is. Because I guarantee you, if the shoe was on the other foot, they would be saying and doing the same thing about you if you were uh, the one that were trying to, keep that person down, or feeling resentful about them. They would feel the same way. So I just wanted to come on and encourage everybody to take 2023 as a new opportunity to move forward and to elevate yourself and to de-escalate those who have been a negative source in your life. Please reach out. I want to hear what your self-discovery is. You can go on selfdiscovery.com. If you want to contact me, you can do contact at more, selfdiscovery.com. Also, YouTube, click like and describe. I will be having more self-discovery podcasts coming soon with other women or men who wants to talk about their self-discovery journey. Hit that like and subscribe button. Go on my Facebook page, facebook.com/more self-discovery. And again, move forward, keep moving forward, and don't stay back. You guys take care and be safe, and I'll talk with you soon.